What's up, YouTube? Okay, so we're back, and on the last video, I think if you guys remember, I said I was going to talk about volume. So today that's what we're going to be talking about, but I also mentioned that I would be changing my shirt, so I think I should get to that first. You gotta admit, it has the Bearish Bully colors, and I gotta stick with the lumberjack look. You know, that's how I do. So anyways, back to volume. Now, there was one stock that I actually mentioned in a previous video about a stock that I traded, and I got out of it really quick because lack of volume. So I'm gonna pull that one up because that one would be a perfect example. And the volume video is gonna be a lot shorter than all the other videos because really it's simple. More volume, more liquidity, more chances of you being able to lock in your trades at a price that you want and get out at a price that you want. If there isn't a lot of liquidity, there could be really big spreads, and spreads make it hard for you to get out. I'll explain spreads later on in the video. So let's go back to one of the stocks that I traded. I believe it was Signal. Okay, we'll go there. Now, here, this was their biggest day ever, all because of a mistake. But their volume on an hourly chart, okay, so this is every hour. Now, when they had this massive run up, in 1 hour, only 453,451 shares were traded within the hour. So that means within a minute, it was gonna be a lot less than that. So that's gonna make it really hard for you to trade. Normally, I don't trade any stocks that trade less than a million shares. Like, I always keep my scanners between 1 million and 200 million shares, but I'll explain that in scanners video. So anyways, so now with this, see, so this is 453,679. Never do you see it touching 1 million. Like, it's always a very low amount. Now, if we look at something like NIO, for example, yeah, I know I got a lot of stuff going on with NIO, but let's zoom in here. Let's look at their biggest day. We can even look at yesterday too, but either way, 66 million, 45 million, 22 million. So you see, this one is extremely liquid, meaning it does have a lot of price movement, but that also means you're going to be able to sell your shares, and especially if you're buying in big volume. So for example, if you're buying something, you're only buying 100 shares, then honestly 400,000 shares being traded, that's liquid enough. But if you're trading something like 10,000 shares or 100,000 shares or 1,000 shares, you want liquidity because it shows that there's, first of all, a lot of people that are invested in it. If you have level 2 scanners, it's great because it actually shows you where the sellers, where the bids and the asks are. So volume is definitely important when you're trading something. Don't trade something just because somebody said, oh, buy this stock, is gonna pop. You can be trading a penny stock. Penny stocks is where this is very, very crucial, because penny stocks, you can see something like 1 million shares being traded, but 1 million shares of something that's only valued at a penny, one person could be trading that. So if it shows you that there's 1 million shares of something being traded, but there's only a value of a cent, don't get yourself locked up in that, because you can end up buying something and you'll never be able to let it go. And it doesn't matter how low you try to sell it, you may just hold that for the rest of your life. Thankfully, that hasn't happened to me, but I've heard stories, and it's not good. All right, so make sure whenever you're trading anything, you want to look at volume. We can even look at another one, Tesla. Of course, everybody knows Tesla, so let's look at their days. This one, still on the hourly chart, 11.9 million, 6.5 million. And of course, you can see I have the volume set up over here, so as I'm scrolling, you can see it. Right, volume is there. It shows you everything. All right, so make sure that when you are trading something, volume is there. You know why you're getting into it. A lot of times there's going to be news catalysts that's going to push up the volume. So try to look before. How many shares were being traded in this day? You can even change it to a daily chart, which is really good, because then you can actually see on the days how much they're really averaging across the board. So on average, they're above well above. I mean, the lowest was like 30. Oh, there you go. 29 million so far was probably their lowest in volume. 222 million. That's pretty big. So something like Tesla, high liquidity, but then again, it's very volatile. So make sure that you're trading things that you know information about the stock. You know why it is that you're trying to buy and sell. Don't get locked up into something. Don't buy something where you're going to be holding a lot of shares and there really isn't much that's being traded. Okay, volume is important. You need it. All right, so I think in the next video, I am going to discuss something a lot of people have been asking me for, and that is how do I find the trades before they even get up on YouTube? All right, so scanners. All right, so we'll get into that one in the next one.